Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more Westworld. This is Season 2, Episode 3, and last time, I really enjoyed the flashback episode, that we did get some moments in the present. It was fun seeing Arnold bring Dolores out, her being blown away by all this splendor, and it was also really interesting to see Logan interact with hosts for the first time, just being so awestruck. And then for the very last time, when he sees Dolores at that party, I think that was the retirement party or coronation for William, who we also saw how he gained control of Delos, the company. And then in the current times, we see Dolores just attacking whatever remaining humans there are and gathering Confederados for backup. And we also see current day William trying to get El Lazo on his side, which resulted in a suicide circle, which was kind of horrific to watch. But yeah, overall enjoyed the episode a lot. I'm looking forward to this one, to seeing what happens next. I'm hoping we get to see more of Charlotte Hale, because we didn't see anything about her last time. Hopefully she's okay in some way. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, let's get started. Did I turn on the wrong show? Who are these people?
What brings you to this part of the world?
I have a little time to kill.
They really don't want us talking to each other, do they?
Maybe they're trying to steer you towards a sure thing. You certainly look like one of the park's offerings.
I promise you, I'm quite real.
Simplest way to know for sure. Unless you'd rather not.
Well, it wouldn't be my first time.
Don't worry. If you are who you say you are, this will only sting a bit.
Still, I'd really rather...
Where were we?
So that's another park. It takes place in what I assume is India. But what's the theme?
Something's wrong. Where is everybody?
Seems like you two are not long for this world.
Wow. A new twist in the narrative. Can't hurt us.
No, those people are guests. I rode the train with them on the...
Tiger. Oh. Is this the tiger that made its way to Westworld?
You have
Ooh. I kind of want to see what happens to her if she survives. It's a new character.
Bernard, you made it out alive.
Charlotte.
I think you had it in you. Do you have any idea where Peter Abernathy might have gone?
I killed him
He
too.
seems to keep slipping away from us. There he is.
I'll say, you are going to fetch me far more than the 15 bucks.
A rock?
Let's make you the most virtuous, quickest gun in the West. You the sick tug mistreating the gentlewomen?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Y'all too?
I need to get to the train. I can help you. Get to your train. Just follow me.
Hey! Can't roll through these hills! I'll escort you! Keep yourself
Come on. I'll escort you. Get away from me.
Quite the welcome.
Major, why is this flaccid plum right in ahead of you?
Because he knows what's
Flaccid
best for
plum.
A modest proposition for you. If you make it over that ridge, I'll let you live.
Zigzag, man! Him from
Wyatt,
taking the guns and then
welcome to Fort Forlorn Hope.
double-crossing you. Ghost Nation.
Oh, what? If we insist on our current path, we're free to go. But he's taking this one.
Taking Sizemore?
Hang on.
You will let him go. And you will forget that you ever saw us.
That didn't work.
I need him, Hector.
Go.
Stop!
I need to talk to this one alone.
Ah,
Toss him in the jail with the rest.
Who is he?
Papa. You don't remember?
You don't remember? He's my father.
Dolores?
Thought I saw recognition in his eyes.
You told me once to run away. And I did. But it started a war. The others, they don't see it yet.
1, 2, 1, 2, go home.
Keep your mouth shut.
Exactly what the fuck do you think you're doing? You two were designed to be alone. Yes, there's some attraction, but you'd never have an actual relationship.
Oh. I suppose that means we shouldn't have fucked.
You're fucking programmed to have no love beyond Isabella. Isabella is written into the goddamn laws of your being.
Sizemore.
She's all I ever dreamed life could be.
And then there's this bit, really dampens the knickers. And I dared dream no more. So maybe I do know you. Just a bit.
Hello?
Oh, Dolores.
Dolores.
Fix him, please. He probably
They've
needs the
broken my
equipment.
father. And I don't know how to fix him. But I'm hoping you do. It's an honest request. Not a demand.
Someone burning? Oh, yes. Armistice?
She has a dragon.
She has a dragon? Did he say she has a dragon? Felix.
Not entirely a pleasure to see you, given the circumstances. But your timing is impeccable.
Hey.
Grenade!
Grenade? They put a grenade there so he couldn't move. Grenade! Yay! More Felix.
He's wildly unstable. Mainly just bouncing between old roles. It seems as though it's masking a vastly bigger file. I haven't been able to access it, but it looks like an immensely complex encryption key.
Hey,
Hold it right there.
I'm human.
Oh, they got something to read people with.
Clear.
To retrieve Abernathy.
The train. What is the use of a violent kind of delightfulness if there's no pleasure in
Ooh, this actor. One-time use key.
Our way!
Man. Dolores isn't gonna be happy when she finds out who was taken. Yeah.
What's so special about this host?
Split up our horde. Send them in every direction. Don't stop looking until we find them.
Retreat! 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 Retreat!
Ah. Sacrificed. Had a feeling.
Do it.
Oh boy.
Truth is, we don't all deserve to make it. Take this dog out back. Put him down with the rest.
We ain't so different. You and I both trigger men into tyrants.
Get out of here.
Is that the lady at the beginning of the episode? I guess you have to. Oh god, who's here now? Oh god. I think I would have rathered the tiger get me. Snow.
I don't like to complain.
Yes, you do.
Fine, I'm fucking freezing.
What the heck is that? A helmet?
Oh.
With a head still attached.
We have to go. We have to get out of there right now.
Samurai. Ooh, that actually passed really, really quickly. Ooh, wow. Wow. Just really, really looking forward to where the season is going. We got to see 2 more worlds at the end there with Samurai Worlds, and in the beginning, at first I was like, wait, did I accidentally start watching the wrong show somehow? Like, this isn't Westworld anymore. Then I saw the woman character and I was like, she looks like she could be a young Teresa, maybe, but nope, brand new character because we're close to the present now. Wonder what her role will be going forward. I don't think we got a name for that park though. India World seems too on the nose. Maybe since the world seems to be focused on hunting as one of the draws of this place, it might be named after the biggest ticket hunting target, Bengal World, Tiger. I don't know. That doesn't seem good either though. They could name it after the title for leaders of the country in that time period. I'm pretty sure it was called the Maharaja at some point, but Maharaja World is like a mouthful. I'm actually not sure if that's the correct time period either, being depicted, because Narendra Modi is the prime minister now. I don't know if back in that time period they were also referred to as the prime minister. And actually, I don't know if there were a bunch of different titles in between or before or whatever. And I also don't know if Maharaja is specific to India, so I guess that doesn't work well either. I mean, heck, the park could just be some Hindi word that I'd never be able to guess since I don't speak Hindi. I guess that's actually probably likely, so I'll stop guessing. But we meet that woman there. I don't think anyone ever mentioned her name. She seems interesting. She's an interesting character. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. Her and that man both have spent enough time in that park that they want like a real human being to have sex with instead of more hosts. So she crosses the line by shooting him to confirm he's human when he's saying that he definitely did not want to be shot. I mean, at the same time, you should have as much knowledge as you want before having sex with someone. But shooting someone against their will, I'm sure they could have found another way to do it instead of having her shoot him like that quickly. But maybe they could come to a compromise where they both get to shoot each other or themselves or in a part where it doesn't hurt that much. He got shot right in the chest somewhere. But it's alright. It's not alright, but the guy was still into her afterwards, which, I mean, I'm glad he got to have a little fun before he died like 5 minutes later. But yeah, that scene told us a lot because, the scene afterwards where he dies tells us a lot because she seems to be very, very knowledgeable about the park and how it works. The man is a park veteran, obviously been here for a while, long enough to get bored of having sex with hosts. Don't know how long that would take, but yeah, when hosts were missing from that encampment, he posits the idea that they are gone to give him and the woman some privacy. But even though he's a park veteran, she knows better and says that this is not how it works, which could mean that she has intimate knowledge of the park from maybe knowing somebody who works there, or has just maybe she's just spent way more time here than him and than most people have. So yeah, I don't know what her backstory is, but I'm curious. Poor guy gets killed. The woman is able to shoot the host in the face, but gets chased by a friggin' Bengal tiger. But yeah, now we know how the tiger wound up in Westworld back in episode 1. And I think it was episode, yeah. And where was it, last season? I don't even remember. But anyway, she winds up in Westworld 2. It was like, yes, she escaped, and she's immediately taken in by the Ghost Nation. So God knows what they want with her. We also have a Bernard and Hale team up to try to track down and take in Peter Abernathy. Really enjoyed how they took out that host that was like holding all these people hostage. Just Hale was screaming to draw one out, and then knocking him out and changing him into the most virtuous, quickest gun in the West. And he goes back and shoots his co-conspirators. Totally understand why the woman he was planning on selling just moments earlier runs away while he's like, I'll escort you. Freaking, that was really comical. Like, she wants no part of the man. Understandable. Yikes. Hale and Bernard would have been able to get away with Peter if Peter didn't want to face off against the Confederados and like sing at them. Hale was actually, she pretty much just straight up ditches Bernard, poor guy, but I mean, she had to prioritize the mission, I guess, over him. But yeah, Bernard and Peter Abernathy both get taken in, and the storylines cross over as they're brought back to the Confederado stronghold, where Dolores happens to have holed up. She decides to team up with a huge regiment of Confederados, arming them to the teeth. Imagine if the Confederates had guns like that in the Civil War. The world would be a much worse place. But yeah, Dolores sees Peter Abernathy and pulls him aside to safety. Also caught a glimpse of Bernard as well. And seeing her struggle with how much Hale and Sizemore have damaged Abernathy's mind by cramming it full of whatever data from the park. I mean, she's a psycho killer now, but you still empathize with her in that moment, seeing her heartbroken over her father. And it's very interesting that she asks Bernard to help Peter. It's a request, not a demand, because that reinforces for us, the audience, that she believes in a host's free will above all else. Because it's interesting, because storytelling-wise, they're reinforcing it for a reason, you can tell. So perhaps her resolve will be tested at some point. Maybe she's faced with the possibility of using Maeve's power and realizes how powerful that can be. Maybe her back is up against the wall and she has to make a decision about whether to prioritize free will or her own survival, or the chance to dominate the world. So we'll see going forward. Bernard seems to eventually get through to Abernathy, but he's not able to actually see what the heck is there yet because Hale has gone back to QA. We find out there's a device to scan if you're human or not, or human or host. Thing is, they recognize her, but they still tested her, meaning it's in their minds that hosts can be made to look like specific humans. So it's possible we have more undercover hosts out there. Anyway, Hale launches an attack on the fort to retrieve Abernathy, and yeah, we don't see Bernard able to figure out what exactly was in Peter, I think. But yeah, the big thing is that Dolores actually betrays the Confederados, which is exactly what I was saying I would do if I got to play in Westworld, just like go undercover and sabotage / betray the Confederados. But yeah, Dolores might be a host who's out to kill most humans in the world and dominate the world, but at least she's not siding with the Confederados. I mean, it was an extremely cruel way for them to die, having them retreat towards the door and close the door and then shoot them all through the gate. But they're Confederados. What would I care? We get to see Clementine a bit, which she looks so dead in the eyes, and it's kind of heartbreaking, honestly. But she plays a big role in this episode, shooting that nitro to blow up QA, as well as some of the remaining Confederados, I'm guessing. QA was able to sneak behind and take Peter Abernathy, though. Bernard just like hid in the corner. He didn't seem like he was doing too well though. He was like shaking a little bit. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, Dolores went after those who took Peter Abernathy. I don't know if she got a glimpse of Charlotte Hale. But yeah, she got shot a few times and shook it off like it was nothing. That was impressive. And so yeah, I'm guessing some dials were turned so that she wouldn't die from getting shot like that. But yeah, it's scary. And then Clementine comes back and knocks out Bernard and drags him somewhere. I don't know where. I guess we'll find out next episode. And in the aftermath, Dolores tells Teddy to kill the remaining Confederados, but behind her back, Teddy lets them go instead. Till Dolores sees him doing it, which isn't good, because Teddy has a capacity for kindness that I don't think Dolores is okay with, or rather, I don't think Wyatt is okay with. So, I mean, I guess Teddy is not completely okay with what Dolores is doing either, in some manner, so I don't think either of them would hurt each other, but this will come to a head at some point, this situation. I mean, I guess it's possible that the Wyatt in Dolores overtakes the Dolores in Dolores, so that Wyatt wants to kill Adam. But it's possible Dolores does hurt him because Wyatt speaks louder than Dolores at some point. Or it's possible maybe Teddy winds up hating Wyatt more than he loves Dolores. Oof. I got chills just thinking about that just now. But I don't know where they're going with this story, but it's fascinating. But yeah, the Confederado who was let go though, the main guy, I wonder what his role in the story will be going forward. Does he come back and try to get revenge on Dolores, or does he realize that that's a lost cause? And what will he do afterwards? And final storyline. We've got lots of storylines happening in each episode. We have Maeve, Hector, and Sizemore walking through the park. Ghost Nation were okay with letting Maeve and Hector go if they could take Sizemore, which, I mean, is it because they can recognize that he's a human and not a host? In that case, why are they collecting humans? Because they collected the woman from the beginning of the episode as well. Or did they want him specifically because he was in charge of the narratives? Do they know or think that he's capable of telling them what their enemies' next moves are? And I don't even know who their enemies are in the first place, so I don't even know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He gets away with Maeve and Hector into that facility after Maeve is unable to control the Ghost Nation with her powers. Don't know why that is, but they must be immune for some reason. But they make their way into the facility. Sizemore, super hilarious. Exactly what the fuck do you think you're doing? You're not playing by my rules anymore. You're not supposed to be in love. So offended, they slept together and didn't stay lone wolves and stick to his narrative. And for a moment, it seems like Hector has the upper hand, talking about how he no longer loves Isabella. Talks about how he no longer loves Isabella and that Maeve is now his light. She's all I ever dreamed life could be, only for Lee to say the same exact words at the same time as him. So there's still programming there, they're still bound in certain ways. I guess their personalities are what they are, but what they do with them now is up to them. Maeve then turns it back on him, on Sizemore, realizing that he wrote this story as a way to get over an ex. She left him, and so he wrote himself as Hector, killed off his greatest love in Isabella, and made himself into this action hero who he actually wanted to be. Kind of sad, very sad. But Sizemore's kind of a joke character. He's charming and ridiculous in his own way, I guess. They come across Armistice, who was wielding a freaking flamethrower. At first, I thought it was grafted onto her arm and she just replaced her arm with a flamethrower. But yeah, flamethrowers didn't exist in Westworld, I'm guessing, but she figured it out quick. Don't know what... I don't think it's not going to be in the India world or Samurai world, so they probably have another world where that came from. But yeah, Hector was like, she has a dragon. Awesome line. And they come across Felix and Sylvester, so really glad Felix is still alive and will be a part of this season. Sylvester, meanwhile, grenade, poor guy. But yeah, the episode ends with Maeve's group in Samurai World. Really looking forward to what happens next in there. Gonna go watch the next episode as soon as I get a chance to check it out, but I'm gonna give this episode an 8.5. Really builds up to what happens, it builds up a lot of things that makes me more interested and more invested in this season, and hopefully we'll get to see more of Samurai World next episode. Alright, Thanks for watching though. Be sure to leave a like, really helps out the channel. If you want to watch the full reaction or episodes a week early, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye friends.